If you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe and become part of this community. Oh, and also, go cop that fresh merch and listen to my new album in the description. We are getting closer and closer to the release of Donda 2, Kanye's new record. It's supposed to come out next Tuesday, February 22nd. We also just got the track list for the album that I just made a video on, so go check that out if you haven't yet, and if you haven't seen the track list yet, because that is obviously very interesting. And also, all the other information we have on this is in the playlist for Donda 2, so make sure you go check that out. But today I wanted to go over one specific new piece of information that we got that is very interesting and very special when it comes to the release of this album, and very exclusive to this album as well. And that is the way that it will be available, because I see a lot of misinformation and people not really understanding how this is going to work. So today, let's talk about this news about it not releasing on Spotify, Apple Music, and streaming, and where you can actually listen to it once the album is out. So let's jump straight into it. So first of all, I want to give y'all all the information that we got from Kanye himself, because I feel like if, we have all the evidence and all the information first, then we can build an opinion on top of that. So let's go over this. Kanye has, made a lot of posts over the past 12 hours and also posted some of the stuff in his Instagram story. And from those captions, we can learn a lot about how this album is going to be released. So let's look at the first one. The first one is a video of the stem player that we already know from the first Donda, that thing that you can purchase for $200 off of, the website. Kanye made this product, and you can dissect the track into 4 different channels, one for vocals, one for drums, one for instruments, one for bass, and all of that. Y'all know that. We've been knowing that for quite some time. But apparently that's also going to play a role in the rollout of this new album. So let's see what Kanye said. Donda 2 will only be available on my own platform, the stem player, not on Apple Music, Spotify, or YouTube. Today, artists get just 12% of the money the industry makes. It's time to free music from this oppressive system. It's time to take control and build our own. Go to stemplayer.com now to order. And of course, you can go to the website stemplayer.com and order your product for $200. That's quite expensive, I gotta admit. I'm not getting one myself, but still, I do like that Kanye is speaking on this issue. This is something that I've talked about quite a lot on this channel as well, with these record label contracts that artists sign just because it has a big advance, and then they are enslaved and they don't own their own masters and stuff like that. And I think that's very important that an artist as big as Kanye is speaking on this, and not just speaking, because a lot of artists speak on this, but actually trying to do something against it. Let's keep moving. Another post with the same animation of the stem player reads, Donda 2 will only be streaming on my own platform, the stem player. You can download new music from stemplayer.com. You can play 4 different elements of the track: vocals, drums, bass, and music, just like I went over a couple of seconds ago. It also has an MP3 player available. We currently have 67,000 available and are making about 3,000 a day. Go click the link in my bio to purchase. I'm going to go into what this means with downloading the music in a second, but first of all, let's see what other information we have on this. Now, this post was concerning the stem player trending on Twitter, and Kanye wrote, stem player trending, go to stemplayer.com to be a part of the revolution. I feel that same feeling like when I first moved to New York to make it in music. I know what was going to happen, but I knew I had to move. After 10 albums and after being under 10 contracts, I turned down a $100 million Apple deal. No one can pay me to be disrespected. We set our own price for our art. Tech companies make music practically free, so if you don't do merch, sneakers, and tours, you don't eat. Jay-Z made Tidal and fake media attacked him. Well, in the words of my big brother, come and get me. I'm willing to die standing because I ain't living on my knees no more. God, please cover me. I run this company 100%. I don't have to ask for permission. This is our 2nd generation stem player. We have more things we're working on. I feel like how I felt in the first episode of the documentary. Of course, referencing the Genius documentary that just dropped on Kanye. I'm going to focus on the stuff with the stem player in a second, but I do want to point out that he apparently did turn down a $100 million deal from Apple, which probably, would have given them exclusive rights to have his albums on there first, or exclusively for a period of time, just like they did with Drake back in 2015, 2017. One last post I want to go over is him reposting a news article that was writing about Donda 2 not being available on streaming platforms, and he said, we did it. Don't matter what happens tomorrow, this happened tonight. For the first time in a long time, I feel alive. We did it, kid. We did. Lord, lift me up. Things change. Let's keep it burning. So this is all the information we got from Kanye himself concerning the way that you can listen to the album once it drops. So let's, clean this all up and see what this actually means, because a lot of people are now saying you need to purchase this $200 stem player to be able to listen to Donda 2 when it drops. But that is simply not true, because when you actually look at what Kanye said, he said that you will be able to download new music from stemplayer.com. So the album will exclusively release on the website, on stemplayer.com. As I said, you can go there right now and purchase your own stem player. And of course, if you do purchase a stem player of the second generation now that he said, the first generation was obviously for the first Donda, but if you do purchase a stem player for the second generation, you'll be able to also dissect all of the Donda 2 tracks that will then release on Tuesday. And apparently they're working on more stuff, more technology, and I really love that. I think someone like Kanye being innovative and pushing to make products that will, elevate music and music technology further is a great move, especially for someone as big as him in the music industry. Also, the fact that he's speaking out against, all these streaming services and all these labels taking most of the money earned from artists' music is also a great thing that he's doing. So when the album drops on Tuesday, just head over to stemplayer.com, and on there you will be able to listen to this album for free. He said that you can download new music from there, so it's probably going to be people sharing the album and you can have the files just for free. Now, of course, there's not a lot of money in this for Kanye, but he is making money with these stem players. Maybe that's also why they're priced at such a high price tag, and he will be making more money when it comes to touring, when it comes to merch, when it comes to sneakers, just like he said. But I do think that this is a great way for him heading now into the future and not being a slave to these record labels and a slave to these streaming services to push his album out there and to get people listening to it. This is truly one of the first steps I've seen from artists, or one artist specifically, taken into the direction of independence and true independence, not just being owning your mass and stuff like that. That is a great first step, but in this case Kanye is actually trying to set his music free from all the boundaries put onto it by the labels or by the streaming services. So he's actually doing something in the real world, making these new technology products, being innovative with the music, and also then giving the music to the fans for free and making money through different sources of income. So you'll be able to listen to this on stemplayer.com when it drops, or just purchase your own stem player for $200 and you'll be able to dissect all the Donda 2 tracks. So I think this is a very interesting way to roll out his music, and of course everything that I just said is just my opinion. Now let me know what you think about this though, because this is very interesting. This is new technology in music. I feel like someone as big as Kanye doing this has never really been done before. So all of your thoughts on this, let me know in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.